Can I turn this light on? Hello, 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 everybody. Good morning, kids. Good morning, children. How are you doing? How are you doing? I hope that you are doing well. I hope that your family's doing good. And I hope that you're having a great day so far. Well, welcome to Splash Live Studio Feed. We are excited about doing another Splash Art class for you today. Tell your friends, share this with somebody. Share this page. Do a watch party. And I'm going to demonstrate something today that everybody that I've ever met, everybody I've ever taught, every child wants to know how to draw a face. So we're going to draw with shape. We're going to make drawings with shapes. And everything that we will be doing this month will have to do with abstract shapes. So there are three basic shapes that makes up everything that you will see in life. Can anybody tell me what those three shapes are? I'm listening. Okay, one of those shapes is the circle. The other shape is a square, and the other shape is a triangle. So if you can find one or more of those three shapes in something that you are looking at, you can actually draw anything. Now, like everything, practice makes perfect. So you have to practice. So I suggest that you draw every day. Splash students, you have a pad that looks something like this. You have a sketch pad. I want you to get, excuse me, I want you to get your pad out, and we will do some practice shapes first, and then we will draw the face. So when we are drawing, it's important to look at the way the line curves, how the lines lean. So we don't see lines in real life, we actually see edges. But when we draw on a flat sheet of paper, a two-dimensional sheet of paper, what we do, we replace that edge with a line. We use a line to describe the edge in drawing. Now in painting, you can actually paint an edge. But in drawing, we use lines. So let's get started. So first I want you to get your pencil, your drawing pencil, and it could be a 2H pencil, a HB pencil, but your pencil should have an H on it. The reason why I want you to use the H pencil is because it has a hard lead, and you can make a light line. So we're going to do some practice drawings. Now, the way you hold your pencil, you can hold your pencil like the writing. This is the way we hold the pencil when we write, most of us. The pencil is resting on this middle finger here, and then the index finger is just on top. We're not squeezing, and the thumb is just here to hold it in place. But we hold the pencil so light that it could fall out of our fingers, fall out of our hands. Let's get some practice paper. Now, Splash students, you have a journal that you can practice with. So this is just scrap paper. Another way to hold the pencil is like this. Now, when drawing on an easel or painting on an easel, we actually hold our paint brushes this way or our pencils this way. And the way you do it is you just lay the pencil down on your index finger, your middle finger, Just lay it across here and gently grasp it with your thumb, gently. So when we draw, we can turn it around any kind of way like this. So you notice I turn my palm down, and now when I draw, I use my entire arm. I'm drawing from my shoulder, okay? So this is a great way to sketch. Or you can draw like you write, but make sure you don't grip your pencil too close to the point or the lead, that you hold the pencil where there's a lot of length between your fingers and the lead of the pencil. That way you can relax and control your strokes, your pencil lines even better. Okay, so let's draw some circles. We're going to use circles and triangles in this and ovals in this drawing. We're also going to use straight lines. So let's draw some circles, sketch some circles. Barely touch the paper. Rotate at your shoulder. See, I'm making a lot of lines. Just practice circles. The reason why I'm using a lot of lines is I'm trying to correct the mistakes I'm making with the circle. So one mistake that beginners make, and especially young people, when I say young, I mean 5, 6-year-olds on up until 8 or 9-year-olds, is that when you draw as if the first line you make is the line that you're going to use. So I want to break you up from drawing like that. That's wrong. If the first line I make is heavy and sharp and everything, then it's difficult to change this line. Even if I try to erase it, watch. If I try to erase it, it's hard to erase the line. It's difficult to erase the line. It's still there. So if I draw lightly, and if I sketch, barely touching the paper, if I want to erase a line, I can do it. And it leaves a faint line. You might see something, but it will disappear. So practice the circles. You can overlap. We're overlapping. It don't matter. I just want you to get used to the feel. Now I'm going to turn it over on the opposite side. Now, when you make a drawing, when you draw your picture, do not draw on the back. But when you are practicing, you can draw on the back. So I can make a circle. Okay. I just want you to get used to drawing curves and what they look like. Now I want you to practice drawing ovals. Ovals. See, it's like a circle that's been stretched. And you'll see why later, why I want you to draw the oval. You can overlap. This is called overlapping. When you draw on top of something, it's called overlapping. When an object looks like it's behind another object, it's because that object has been overlapped. When we draw more detailed objects, I'll discuss that more. Let's practice drawing straight lines. Hold the pencil very lightly. You can hold it like this, resting on these 3 fingers. Put your thumb there, turn your hand over. Lightly draw a straight line from left to right. Do another one. Draw with your arm, not with your fingers. In other words, move your arm when you draw, not just your fingers or your wrist. Those were horizontal lines. Let's try to draw some perpendicular lines. Harder to draw. Actually, I wanted to turn my pencil around so I could control it. Like I'm holding my pencil like I'm writing. But you can also do it like that. Let's draw some diagonal lines. I want you to try to draw a line from the bottom left-hand corner of your paper up to the top right-hand corner, a straight line. Try to make it straight. So I'll place my pencil down at the bottom here, but I'm going to look here at this top right-hand corner. My eyes will be here, even though my pencil is here. Okay? So look, place your pencil down on the paper, hold the paper so that it don't move. If you are using a drawing pad, you don't have to do that. And without looking, look at the top right-hand corner and move your pencil lead straight to that corner. Now I want you to start at the left top corner, and you're going to draw a line down to the right lower corner. So I'm going to place my pencil here at the top left corner, but with my eyes, I'm going to keep my eyes here to where I'm going. It's like driving. You don't think about the steering wheel, you just look at where you're going. Like riding a bike. You pedal, but you don't focus on pedaling. You have to look at where you're going so that you don't run over somebody. Okay, place the pencil here, look at the lower right-hand corner, and draw a straight line. Now, I want you to try to draw a line that intersects the middle here. So, place your pencil where you think the middle of the paper is, or the middle of this X that you've just drawn. And I want you to see if you can hit the center and draw a line straight across. Keep your eyes on the center of the paper. Like that. Great. Great. Good job. So I'm training your eyes how to see. Okay? So we have to be very observant when we're drawing. Okay, you may need to sharpen your pencil. I need to sharpen my pencil. So I'm going to get my pencil sharpener. Splash Art students, look in your pencil sets that you have. Get out the pencil sharpener and sharpen it. Blow the excess wood off, and we're ready. Okay, now get a clean sheet of paper, and we are going to draw a face. Let's do a cartoon face first. Okay? So, a great way to draw a cartoon face is you can use a circle, an oval, but you don't have to be too particular. We're drawing with the number 2 pencil and just draw an oval shape. Now, in the middle of that oval shape, draw a line straight across. Make this line very light, not heavy. barely touch the paper. And then halfway between this line and the bottom of your oval, draw another line. Then right underneath that line, just make another line. Divide that in half very lightly. Very similar to when we're drawing a realistic face. So this is how we separate or divide the face. These are we're going to place features within these landmarks. Okay? So we're going to draw a cartoon face, so you can be pretty flexible. You don't have to do it exactly the way I'm doing it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get a marker if I can find one. I just want to show you how I draw cartoons. So usually with cartoons, I don't draw these lines that I just told you to draw, but in my mind, I can see these lines. So you want to be very loose when you draw cartoons. I've got to find a cartoon to draw. Okay. So I'm going to draw, let's say, an eye on each side, and a circle for the eye. Then I'm just going to draw a big eyebrow. You can draw the eyes any way you want to for a cartoon. This is sort of realistic. I'm just going to draw a line that comes down like this and straight across for the nose. I'm going to try to give this cartoon an expression. So I'm going to imagine the corner of his mouth and the person's cheek, well, jaw. And then I'm just going to do a slanted line down like this, as though he's thinking about something, or she. I think I'm going to give my cartoon some funny ears. And I'll do something like that. I'm going to trace the face. I'm making the face longer. Now I need to decide what type of hair the cartoon is going to have. I don't know. I'm going to give this person some bangs. And some hair like that. And I'll give this person like a real skinny neck. So when drawing a cartoon, you can do it any way you want to. But notice I still sort of lined up the features like you might have it on a realistic face. I'm going to put something in the background, maybe a mountain, a snow-capped mountain. So when you're drawing cartoons, oh yeah, let's put some clouds back here. This is just a demo. So when drawing a cartoon is much easier. Put my initials there. Cartoon is much easier than drawing a realistic face. I would not draw a realistic face with a marker. But you can make mistakes with the cartoon. Notice I have this ear higher than that ear. It doesn't matter because it's supposed to look funny. And I'm going to use my art gum to erase these little lines that I don't need, pencil lines. But we talked last week about symmetric balance, symmetry, and even in drawing the face, the right side of the face and the left side of the face are sort of like mirror images. This side sort of looks like this side reversed. So the face is sort of balanced. There's space between the eyes. Matter of fact, the distance between the eyes is another eye. We're going to get into that later. Okay. Now what I want to do is to draw a realistic face, but I'm not drawing a certain person or individual. So when you finish your cartoon, get your sheet of paper out. We're going to use pencils. We won't use a marker. Sharpen your pencil. This time, we're going to draw oval again. Make sure you draw very lightly on the sheet of paper. Use your 2H or HB pencil. Try not to let your hands touch the paper. If you have to touch the paper, let me show you a little trick. So we try not to let our hands touch the paper. The only thing that touches the paper is the lead of the pencil. But if we need to brace our hands, we can get a scrap sheet of paper and put our hand on that paper while we draw.
Why do we need to do that?
Okay, we need to do that because there's oils in your hand that will make your paper dirty and smudgy. It will get into the paper and it will make your drawing look very ugly. So we always want our drawings to look clean. Look how clean this looks. We want the drawing to be clean and sharp. Sharp lines, white paper. That's how we want our drawings to be. We don't want fingerprints and palm prints all over the paper. You don't want to smudge your pencils, see? You could smudge your, well, that's not a good example. Get a white sheet of paper. That smudges, that line smudges. So we want to keep it clean. Look, I wash my hands. Oh, it's always a good idea also to wash your hands before you draw with pencil. And when you wash your hands will kind of dry out and it won't be so oily. So we're trying to keep the drawing clean. So we're going to hold the pencil like this. We're going to sketch an oval that looks like it's an egg-like shape. It looks like an egg. I'm going to try to find something. Hold on just a minute. I think I can find it right quick. I found it. Easter egg. It's amazing the things we keep in the art studio. We keep everything. You never know when you might need it. So we're going to draw an egg-like shape, like an Easter egg. The top of the egg is wider, larger than the bottom. But the bottom is round, but it's not as large as the top of the egg. Here's another Easter egg shape. See? It's larger on top than bottom. When you hold your pencil, like this. Notice how I'm really down almost to the end of my pencil because I want to be loose. I don't want my pencil to be tight. I don't want to tighten up on my pencil. It's difficult to draw a large shape when you're squeezing a pencil. And it's difficult, you cannot make a light line when you're tensing your body. So you want your body to be totally relaxed. You want to sit up straight. You do not want your paper to be turned like that. A lot of people draw like this and they write like this. No, that's too tense. You want your paper straight, perpendicular, so that you can see what you're doing. You can see what the drawing is going to look like. Everything can have symmetry. If I twist my paper like that, I lose the symmetry. I can't see it properly. So you want to sit up straight in your chair, back straight. You don't want to bend over your table, back straight, shoulders relaxed. Hold your pencil lightly. Notice I'm not gripping my pencil. And draw lightly. So it's okay to make a mistake. You can fix them, especially if you sketch. See, I'm drawing so light you can barely see it. I'm actually using a B pencil and a number B, and I think I'm going to use a number B. I want you to use an H pencil. I'm going to use a B so that you can see what I'm doing, and also you can see the lines I'm making, but also it makes me hold my pencil lightly, and it helps me to focus on control. Oh, this is going to be fun. I think I'm going to draw a person. I'm going to draw a particular person. Okay, I'm going to draw this person right here. You're going to follow me, though. The reason why I decided to draw this person is because I think I'm going to want to shade. We may have time for me to put shading in. Okay, the first thing I need you to do is divide your egg-like shape. Now remember, the egg-like shape, the top part represents the head and it's larger than the bottom part, which represents the chin. Now, if you have already drawn your picture and your picture looks like this, you have the top part smaller than the bottom part. I want you to flip your paper around, turn your paper upside down so that you'll be correct. Okay, that's all you have to do. So if the top of your part, your head is smaller than the chin, I want you to turn your paper upside down and draw on it so that the bottom part of your face is going to be smaller because that's where the chin is. And the chin is not as large as the head. So the first thing I want you to do is to divide, can you see? Lightly, very light line, straight down. I start my line at the top, but I look at the middle of this egg shape and draw a line straight down. Can you see that? Can they see that, Anthony?
Yes.
Okay. Do not turn your paper like this because you will get lost and it won't work. Have your paper straight up and down perpendicular. We call this the portrait way of laying your paper. If your paper was like this, we call that landscape. But we want your paper in portrait position. Now I need you to find the middle of your egg-like shape. The egg-like shape is an oval, remember? So these lines are all curving, no straight lines, except for the straight line down the middle, which is very light. Try to find the middle and draw a line straight across. Sketch it straight across. Hard to do. This is not easy. But the more length you have in your arm, if you use your shoulder, it's easier to do. Remember, you can move your paper around. So I'm moving my paper up so that I can find the middle between this line. This is where the eyes are going to go, by the way, and where the chin is. Find the middle. And draw a line straight across. Now, I want you to find the middle of between this line, this bottom line. By the way, this is where the nose will end, around here somewhere. And find the center and draw a line straight across. Okay. So these lines are light enough for you to erase, or if you shade it, I think we're going to shade. We may even use color pencils. I don't know. I'll decide later on. See if I can get some ideas from you. I'll wait on you to finish this part. Okay. Now what we're going to do, we're going to draw the first eye. This is very important. Let's do this. We're going to put a square in here. I want you to, this part is so difficult to teach. Now, with your pencil, I want you to draw an eye-like shape. The eye-like shape is like drawing a football. It curves like that, comes to a point and curves down like this, like a football. See, if I drew some markings, we have a football. This is the basic shape of an eye. But since this lady is oriental, we're going to place that at an angle. So it's going to be more like this. But not in the center. In the center, we're going to draw the sides of the eye. I'm trying to find the space between the two eyes. And the distance between two eyes is generally another eye. Sometimes it's wider than another eye. Rarely would it be closer than another eye. So this is the size of the shape of the eye. Now let's draw the eye on the right-hand side. Try to make it the same size as this eye in the middle. We're going to erase this middle eye, but try to make it the same size and draw another eye. And then on the left-hand side, do the same thing. So these three eyes should look about the same size. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, since I want it to look like this lady I'm drawing, I'm going to start putting in details, making this top part of the eye darker, and put a little bird's beak on the eye. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So you have the shape of the eye here like this. In the corner of the eye, there's like a little bird's beak where the tear duct is located. This little tear duct is turned in toward the nose. Okay? Do the same thing on the opposite side. It's like drawing a mirror image. Once you have your eyes drawn, Splash students, you have art gum. You can gently erase that middle eye so that you don't get confused. Blow it off, or if you have a brush, don't touch it with your hands though. Don't touch it with your hand. Do not rub the paper with your palm. And I sense that somebody just did that. But you can also erase the smudge that you just made. You can try to blow the eraser bits off. Or brush it off. Okay. And I noticed that I've touched my hand on the paper and I see some smudges. Okay. So inside your eye, let's draw a circle that touches from top to bottom. Large circle. Can you see that? Leave some white for the corner of the eye. You notice I'm sketching? I'm trying to find where those lines and shapes are. And then she needs an eyelid, so I'll start at the top. I'm going to draw it large so that you can see it. This is what I'm doing. So you have the shape of the eye. You have that little bird's beak, I call it. The eye is like the shape of a football. Then you have this circle for the eyeball. And now I'm going to start at this bird's beak. I'm going to go around and I'm going to follow the shape of the top of the eye for the eyelid. And I'll do the same thing on the opposite side. See, my hands are getting oily again. So I may need to get a sheet of paper. I have oily skin. And do the same on the opposite side. We're drawing the eyelid so that she can open and close her eyes. Very important. Notice this space between the eyes. Very important. Hey, my cousin is watching. Hey, Linda. Hey, Jesse Paris is watching. Thank you for watching. John Bieber is watching. Okay. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Let's draw another circle inside of the eyeball, well, inside of the eye ball for the pupil. Do the same on the opposite side. Try to make them the same size. Now, a little trick that I like to use, I'm going to shade these in by using hatch marks. See, I'm just doing this. Try not to dig into the paper, but I'm going to leave a little white area to the upper left part. The white area, a highlight to show light hitting the eye. Just makes it look more realistic. And the left side of both eyes, just like exact images, this would not be a mirror image. So once I do that, I'm going to use my understanding of radial balance. I'm going to make some hatch marks that radiate out from the pupil, just like you're drawing the sun. See that? I don't know if you can see that. Let's see. Okay. So the pupil part is darker. And this part, the outer eyeball, is like a dark line as well. But this part is kind of like gray, especially on this lady because she's Oriental and she has dark eyes, dark brown eyes. But we're drawing in black and white. Okay. Now, you notice I'm really focused on the eyes right now. And since you are focused on the eyes, I really wanted to do these eyes before we go on. Normally, you would draw the entire picture at once, but sometimes it's good for features to finish a feature, basically. So the top part of her eye is going to be dark for the eyelashes. So I want you to darken the top part. And while you're darkening this top part, get the shape correct. Now the lashes, I want you to see how I'm going to draw these lashes. I'm going to be making marks like this. See, it's going to scoop up like that. But it's going to be more like this, close together. So when I draw these lashes, you see that? It's kind of like it comes from underneath the eye. And then when I get to the bottom lashes, I'm just going to do some marks straight down like that. But they're sort of curvy. So I'm using the point of my pencil to do that. Now the lashes that are closer to this little tear duct are shorter than the lashes on the outside of the eye. Okay, do the same on the opposite side. I'm using very soft paper. I'm using the mixed medium paper. Then do these little lashes here. Now I want to do her eyebrows. basically there need to be space between the eyelid, the line for the eyelid. There's a little space between that and the eyebrow. Most people eyebrows will first go from left to right, go up and then go down, and the shape is like that. It's like a double line, and then you would use hatch marks to fill it in. It would make it look like hair. So what I just did was I drew a shape like that, and then I put hash marks inside it, like that. And I'm going to do the same thing on the opposite side. I'm going to try to finish this, but I will finish this before we sign off. We've been having some technical difficulties, but I want you to bear with us as we try to bring you these art classes. So we signed on a little late because of those difficulties. So you can finish, even when we sign off, you can finish your drawing. Now, there's like a little triangular shape that shows you the bridge of the nose. Remember, you have this line in the middle, and there's like a little triangle there. I'm going to draw the triangle so that you can see it. And this is where we began drawing the nostrils. The nostrils curve in on both sides of that triangle. Can you see that? The nostrils curve in. Then the bridge of the nose would be around here. And the bottom of the nose, you have a little curved line there. And it curves up and around like this. Now I made this nose a little bit too wide, but I don't have to change it, but I'll change it just so that you know you can change things. I erased. I suggest that you don't erase. I erase because I know exactly what I'm going to do. But I never erase because if I don't know how I'm going to fix it. I prefer to just fix it without erasing. And then shade this in dark. Now we're going to draw the mouth, and we're going to, I'm drawing a line straight down from the middle of the eyeball to know where the corner of the mouth ends. Now everybody's face looks slightly different, but we use these same measurements to draw their face. There's like a little triangle underneath the nose here. There's a little triangle there, and that's where you can figure out where the top of the lip goes. This lady's going to have full lips. So the center, let me draw it large so that you can see it. So we have the nose. One side of the nose is like almost like a C. Then you have the other side. Then this line curves around like this, comes down, bends up, curves back around. And this is the inner nose, which is usually dark. because no light is hitting it, so you can't see it. Can't see what's going on. This is where the nose hairs are. Now, you have a triangle here. You would draw this triangle light. I'm drawing it heavy so you can see it. But that's how I know where the points of her upper lips begins. It's like drawing two little mountain peaks. And then it comes down like that. Okay? You may need to sharpen your pencil. I'm sure you do. I need to sharpen my pencil. And so let your lines be soft and not hard and sharp for the lips. The lips are soft. And remember, we already drew these lines to let you know where the corner of the mouth belongs. So that's the top lip. And the top lip, the bottom of the top lip on this particular person, she has a large top lip. It comes up, bends down, goes back up, and bends back down again. It's like drawing, also like drawing mountains. That's the shape. Or like an M that's been squished. Like if I draw an M like this looks like an M. If I could press the M down, the M might look like that. Okay? And then there's a line, the bottom lip loops down like this. This is your basic face. Now each individual looks differently. So, the lips will be slightly different. Some have a larger bottom lip and a smaller top lip. Some many people don't have full lips like this. Now what I want to do is I want to draw this chin, and in drawing this chin, I want to bring this line, look how I'm drawing, bring this line on around. I'm drawing this chin where I want it to be. I want on this side, there's a jawbone. So remember the jawbone, which is sort of like on the outside of this egg-like shape. And bring it around like this. I may go over a little bit. I have to, just to finish it.
That's fine.
Okay. So my wife, is filming everything. And she's helping me to remember everything. Those who have been to our splash classes know that we tag team in teaching. We're both professional artists, and we love sharing our art with children. I believe that every child deserves the right to use his or her talent. And I believe that they should be able to use it for free. And I believe that as we adults help our children, they will grow up to be successful adults. Now, the bottom, you remember the line that we use for the bottom of the nose and the line for the eye? The line for the eyes? That's what, this is where the ears go. So to draw an ear, I'm going to start, had to go out some to draw so you can see the ear. It comes out from the face, from the head, and draw a line that bends in like this, then it curves out so that it can go down, swoop back down into an earlobe. And I'm going to do something similar on the opposite side. Try to have similar amount of space. It won't be exact. It won't ever be exact. Notice I'm sketching still, and draw the earlobe, curves around. The bottom of the ear curves around. Notice I'm really in my sketch mode now. I'm going to go underneath the chin right now and draw a line that goes like this. Give her her neck. Underneath the jawbone right here and draw a line. Okay? To give her a neck. I'm going back up to the ear to draw the bottom of the earlobe that comes out like that. Same thing on the left hand side. And really, we're not getting much, I'm not going into much detail about anatomy just yet. I want you to get used to drawing. And we can talk about the anatomy of the ear later on. But I want you to just get used to sketching now. Now I'm going to draw her hair. The main thing, the major mistake that people make is that when they draw a person's head, they draw the head too small and makes the person look like they're not too intelligent. So you want a lot of space for the forehead. So the line that we use for the top of the egg-like shape, that's basically where the hair starts. The head goes up way above that. Matter of fact, it's going to run off my paper. So since this is a lady, her hair starts here. On the left-hand side, my hatch marks, I'm thinking hair. Each mark is like a strand of hair. Goes that way. On the right-hand side, the hair goes toward the right. And this is not the top of the head. This is just where the hairline starts. And it comes around here. Now the hair are starting here at the bottom of, well, at the top of the ear. And it's about time for us to go, so I'm going to hurry up and finish this. It goes like this. And then the hair goes, matter of fact, I'm going to show you where the hairline would stop if I had a larger sheet of paper. Okay. Okay, so this is not the top of the head, but if I had a larger sheet of paper, the hairline would be here. The top of the head where the hair is would be here. It's hard drawing hairstyles. So all this would be hair. See that? So this is the forehead, but this is the hair. All of this would be the hair. Can you see that? I'm touching my paper, which is a no-no. You see how it looks more realistic when you give the person more head, more head space, more head room?
Oh, you can't. I thought you could move it down a little bit to get the top of the head.
Okay.
It's like half inch or inch kind of.
Okay. So now can you see the top now?
Yep.
I hope you guys have had fun. I know I have. Practice make perfect. I mean, this is not, what I just did was just practice. And this is how you learn to draw. You have to practice, but I like drawing. I love art. Many of you kids have talent. I want you to join me every Saturday from 11 to 12. I want you to join me every Tuesday and Thursday from 5 to 6. And you can get some free art classes. If you are a child and you want to participate and you need some art supplies, you need to message me, have your parents message me, and I can give them a time to come and pick up the same supplies that I'm using here. We have a few more left. We've given out several supplies to Splash students, but I'm looking for more students if you are an adult and you know a kid who have art ability, art talent, or they just love art, these classes might change their lives. I love art. Art changed my life. Art gave me my education. It gave me my business, sent me around the world. Art helped me to meet my wife. Matter of fact, those of you don't know, Iantha, I keep referring to, who is the producer and director and camera person and the fixer. She is my wife. She's a professional artist as well. And we just want to share our talents. I'm looking for kids like me who didn't have the money to pay for art classes. My parents didn't have the money to pay for art classes. So I went off to college, got all my degrees. I have exhibited all over the world, basically, and I'm wanting to give this to you for absolutely free at no cost. I even want to give you the supplies free. And I know it can change your life because art changed my lives. Until next time, we're going to sign off. I want you to remember that art is for everyone. So keep on drawing. Until next time, have a good day.